there, but he's also chewing for Team Hawk here. And again, we're loading into the draft for this match. It's the last one of the day. Bans are already out, by the way, for the most part.
So quick here, going into the last match between Team Hack as well as Rrq Akira. We already see the Fredrin, the Martis, the Benedetta being banned from that side. Whereas Rrq Akira, they've opted for the Fanny and the 1-1 ban.
So fast, so crisp. They already know what they want to get rid of. And again, a lot of targets on towards flexible picks in the jungle and the EXP lane. The fact that they got rid of Martis is rather interesting, but I would like to see, because even though Team Hawk likes to play for those big team fights, there's so many easy, simple counters. Diggy, for an example, being just the end-all, be-all to team fight comps that rely on heavy engaged CC.
I like that they took out the Benedetta as well, right? Because of the Takashi game that we saw earlier. So as we get further in the tournament, you'll start to see those respect bans come out, and we're already seeing them in day 2 here. Last ban, though, from Rrq Akira is going to be that carry here, who we've seen picked up quite a bit of time. And just like we saw with Benny Cutie, the amount of damage and attack speed you can build on the carry deserves that ban right now.
For sure. Right now, I'm sweating for Team Hawk. At some point, they need to lock in a hero for Panda relatively early on. Joy's still available, but it looks like Glue, of course, going to get locked in for the side of Team Hawk. At least Lola, I know for sure, is comfortable on this hero.
Man, we totally forgot about the Glue. The Glue is going to be the #1 priority, obviously, with how crazy and dominant he has been when he gets opened up, right? The amount of level of cooldown that has been taken away from him is just so imperative, and it makes him kind of untouchable at this point. So now Rrq Akira, they are forced in a position that the Valentina is open. Are they going to go for it themselves, or are they just going to go in for the other prio heroes?
I think Valentina, they might want to hold off on. Pharma seems to be a more optimal pick, especially when you're up against the Glue. Although we did see day 1, there were a couple of moments where it's a bit awkward. So for now, they're going to be locking in the Valentina. I think that's not a bad pick regardless, but also the Joy.
So I'm wondering if this Joy, we're going to see Joy again go in the jungle here in the hands of King. It could be a possibility. The Valentina still, I think it is a good priority pick, but you want to be able to ensure yourself that you're not cut off from the ultimates that you need. You still have to play around that like we saw in the previous matchup. And usually, more often than not, you have at least 2 choices of ultimates to take, and that's really up to you or your team on how do you utilize that, right? So again, those choices are going to be here for Rrq Akira to make. But also on the other side, Team Hawk, now they've got to decide what their next 2 picks are going to be for the first phase of this draft. And there you go, it's locked in. It's going to be Dairoth's first appearance here so far in M4. And there's the Kadita, who we've gotten used to seeing up to this point.
I respect it. I respect it a lot. The fact that Glue is already locked in, we know for a fact that Dairoth is going to go into the jungle, and that means Gary is going to be quite proactive throughout this game. So Rrq, they need to start thinking of ways to either slow down Gary, and that could be done in 2 ways. Lolita as a way just to, target lock stun, and then make sure you disengage with the Numenor Blast later on, or look for a more invade-heavy, priority-focused composition, looking to push the enemy back, and then invade their jungle and steal resources.
I'm thinking, right? Because with the Kadita being picked up, they are going to rely a lot on that early game pressure. They need to find these pickoffs. And before they go into the second phase, they've actually picked up the Claude.
That leaves very little options for Panda. I mean, look at the bans so far. The Wanwan, the carry, they take away the Claude. That leaves Beatrix, which is most probably going to get banned out. Leslie's also gone too. So again, the gold lane hero options are getting narrower and narrower.
But here's the thing, you don't necessarily have to pick a marksman for the gold lane. That's something that we're seeing here kind of from some teams, right? And that's the thing, does Panda have something in his repertoire to play that's not a traditional marksman for the gold lane?
Well, here's the thing, I'm not 100% sure about that, because Panda has been known to be playing a lot of different marksmen prior to this. There has been arguments that yes, he could have been able to play jungle for himself if it wasn't for Gary, who took that spotlight, but still, it's going to be tough, because what is left open? Even if you want to play something like Hayabusa, it's a rough match when you're against someone as safe as Claude. Battle Mirror Image, I'm out. Doesn't matter what you pick, as long as I live.
Oh, really, really good ban here. It's going to start limiting themselves, though. Rrq Akira, with the Leslie being taken out, we don't have the Wanwan, so what does that leave us?
You have
Bubble Kuba.
Yeah, we saw that yesterday.
Harris yesterday, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
That never crossed my mind. Yes, Panda can actually play the Harith. I'm not sure at what level it is, and especially when you're at M4, it might not necessarily be enough. It's really up to his ego and confidence.
I feel like more so the Harith was, when we saw that yesterday, it was just a good option to play around that opponent real-world manipulation, because then you're forcing that situation where usually it's a disadvantage in that box, right? The death box, but now with the Zaman Force, it worked out really well. And you might, if you did lean towards a mage gold lane, it might be a little bit too much magic damage, where then you see that really countered with the itemization from Rrq Akira here. You can see last couple bans though that came out was going to be the Kaja as well as the Atlas here, and right away the Cho is locked in for Rrq Akira.
Very, very nicely done. All right, so with the armor shred coming in from Dairoth, I'm thinking maybe Irithel doesn't look too bad in this particular situation. Having a lot of movement speed really helps to cut your opponents like Cho, running away specifically from Claude, and particularly the Joy, which is rather frustrating because you want to slow her down, but you know, with her ultimate, she says, no, I'm going to keep running at you.
So what do you think about the Irithel in lane with the Claude?
I mean, we've seen the matchup happen tons of times. Claude usually has a bit of an advantage once he hits level 2, but prior to that level 1, it's all about that first initial trade. So, let's say, gold lane, it pushes into Claude, no problem, I hit level 2, then it's smooth sailing.
We're going to see here the next two picks. It's actually going to be Brody as well as the Hilda.
Okay, I like the Hilda pickup, right? We've seen how much of a nuisance Hilda can be, but yesterday when we had that preview, it was also paired up with a Masha. So this time it's going to be a little bit of a nuisance, I feel like, for Rrq Akira, especially is this Joy going into the jungle, right? That's something that they have to keep in mind. But I do also like the Brody pick, because at least you can work with the space that he has and then just kind of fade away torn apart memory. But hold on, Rrq Akira going to lock in a Terizla.
Learning from their brothers here. R7 brought it out themselves against the glue. Let's see how effective it is once more, this time on Takashi. It might be the difference maker here. Maybe Terizla is the answer to glue. Personally, I don't feel it necessarily being that way, but that penalty zone, oh my goodness, it can make the difference with a flicker. So keep your eyes out on Takashi. If he makes that play, it's all over.
Both compositions have been set in stone as we are moments away of entering the land of dawn. Are you team Rrq Akira from Brazil, or are you team Hack from Malaysia?
Man, I'll tell you what, both team compositions are actually pretty scary here, but I still want to see how this Terizla pick works. Is it going to be utilized very well alongside with everything else being thrown at them? Like you mentioned, Gideon, penalty zone is going to be a tough obstacle to work around here. So we're going to find out as we load up into the last match of the day. Group stages, day number 2 here between Team Hawk and Rrq Akira.
How are you feeling here? I mean, this is the last Malaysian team today.
Look, don't look at me like that. I'm shaking, okay? I'm already shaking right now. And I hope we don't see the proxies coming in from this Terizla, because you can expect the Hilda to immediately start to invade King. Oh, whoa! They brought the whole party!
Already. Min, though, I mean, this is what we expect from a Hilda right early on. Gonna force King here to get whittled down a little bit. Does use that retribution, but should be just fine here. Hold on. Gusta Lagusta on the top side. Also, it was a lane swap. There's some flippy-floppy here going on again.
Oh boy, I'm imagining the entire world going like, man, Malaysians really know how to just cheese people out with these lane swaps. And yes, Brody should be able to bully Terizla relatively easy, but Terizla can just play safe, you know, clear the waves, nothing to do. But Gusta Lagusta, he needs a bit of help here, especially with the early game base stats of no way, did man? Okay, he did it. With the base stats of someone like Lu, it should be more than enough.
Wow, okay, Gary's still going to commit on this, or is he going to back off? A lot of pressure here on King already in the jungle early on. But let's see how this all situates. If they stay in this lane, still though, 4 members here of Team Hawk on the top side. They grab the first blood. It's Gusta Lagusta that goes down. Can they find Luis as well? Min has to back off. He's quite low, but already first blood for Team Hawk.
Beautiful, beautiful pressure from Team Hack here. They know exactly the winning conditions for Rrq Akira, and that's going to weigh heavily on how Gusta Lagusta is able to farm. And in this early game, he's already been taken down once. They already have a lot of damage onto this tower in the top side, and they're going really crazily more onto this.
they're getting hyper aggressive here. I think they're going to proxy this wave. They might even, honestly, if they wanted to, they could have broken the first turret and traded for the turtle, but instead, they're going to run down and focus on these neutral objectives. Oh, Takashi.
Oh, Team Hawk making their way down to the turtle pit here. They're going to find the target, and Takashi falls here with the setup. Now it's Saijin here. King's still going to be working on the turtle. The rest of the team coming to join the party. Can they grab it? It's King that gets the turtle with retribution. They're going to force the flicker out from Saigon. And just like that, it's 2-0 for Team Hawk with a nice little bit of a lead. Min's got to be careful here too, still making the pressure for King on this purple buff.
Rrq Akira need to find a way to slow things down, right? Because right now they're playing exactly into the tempo that Team Hack wants them to. And Min is so confident enough that he can go in 1v4 and he doesn't care. As long as he's able to deter the rotations from King, he's doing the perfect job.
Yeah, I mean, he understands his only problem is, oh, if I'm too low and then I get CC, that's when he has a problem. So he's keeping a very close eye on Luis. The moment he moves, he can tell the rest of his team where they should expect the upcoming battle, which is on the top side of the map.
Okay, they're going to focus on Man here. He takes a little bit of damage, should be able to heal back up, uses the rough waves as well. Gets out of dodge for now, but still into the jungle we go. It's Min continuing on being a nuisance, but King's had enough. Can he get the kill? Here's going to be working on it. Lola there to help him out. Nobody goes down yet.
Tell me, I mean, everybody can say, oh, you know, EXP late, it's so boring, and oh, glue, he's not busted. Don't lie to my face. Don't you ever lie to my face. He is so unbalanced right now.
Well, he's going 2 versus 1. Gets the way of the dragon just to disengage. But yeah, wouldn't you rather see this than the Esmeralda or Uranus matchup we always used to see before?
Yeah, true. I mean, like, how many seasons did we see the Esme Dairoth or Esme Uranus?
Hey,
right?
look, as the M series historian here, I'm tired of seeing Lunox Harith. You know, that was a very good amount of a long time. Same goes to Grok, but hey, you know, in this particular situation, at least Glue brings a bit of color.
I mean, right now, Rrq Akira, they are trying to be aggressive as well, and that was kind of questionable, right? Because the last team fight that they actually wanted to go for, it wasn't Cho with level 4 yet, so he didn't have the CC that he wants, and now you can see once again how aggressive they're going, but here we go!
Gary gonna get kicked into the wall. It's King that grabs the kill here. So a pickup for Rrq Akira, and Takashi grabbing another one as 2 fall. They're gonna look for a third. Man on the run here. 4 members of Rrq on the hunt, and Man can't escape that as Luis takes him down.
That's what I was talking about, right? They need to know when their power spikes hit. They need to know that most of the members from their team require that level 4 to have an impact in the game, and that's exactly how they are going to be able to turn it around. They need to play patiently, look for the moments, and not force anything.
Oh, just like that, another pickoff here from Luis, the right target. Min, though, gonna bob and weave the best he can. We've seen this before. He's able to escape with the sprint.
What's up with us in Hilda? We're just cracked on it. We're so crazily good on it. Honestly, even during MPLs, they don't look this good. So here at M4, these supports are really waking up to the movements, and especially with the way that Rrq is handling them. But I do think that Rrq, they're starting to adapt to this. They're slowly adjusting.
Yeah, that was like deja vu. Literally same pathing, same hero, same country. And just like that, another turtle going in the hands here. And Team Hawk, look at the lead that they're building, right? It is slowly but surely building in their favor, but I gotta say, Rrq Akira finding moments just like this. It might be another kill here, but Luis, look at the damage coming out! Gary punishing him with the strike, forcing the flicker back. Now it's King there, here to help Gusta Lagusta. And just like that, another pickup.
Wow, they didn't actually get the trade kill there. Okay, good moves coming in from Team Hawk. Just fast guerrilla warfare, in and out.
1-0 trade for the moment, as we do have a moment to take a look at the items. It doesn't seem like Sagan or King want to commit onto this, so Gideon, take it away.
I'm just looking at Glue, the fact that he's got 2 complete items already on the board. He's got the most gold on his team. And then I'm looking down at Panda, who's only got 41, and he's just like, yeah, this lane swap was great.
Hey, you know what? You can call it a cheese strat if you want, but it seems to be working, I mean, for the most part, right? Now, how will that continue as the game goes on? Again, you have to look at the small lead that they've built themselves up to this point, right? 7 minutes in, they can still work around that, but still, Luis doing an amazing job trying to find any kind of pickup he can with the way of the dragon, so he's got to kind of get past this mid-man combo. King now trying to poke away here. Look at the ultimate also that Saigon has, already forcing the rough waves. That's big. Conceal play going to be committed here. Lola, though, like you said, the front line. King, though, still going to be committing. They know Man does not have the ultimate here. They're going to go in with the flicker. The TikTok play comes out. Lola still trying to survive, but it's Panda that takes out Takashi on the top side. But Min falls here in the mid lane. Lola still on the run. Do they find him? Lola can't get away. Oh, he does, though. Panda there. Now it's Luis that gets taken down by Gary. Huge back play from Team Hawk.
2-for-1 trade here for Rrq Akira, and it seems like they're going to look for more. But they do have the man advantage now to be able to go and center their focus and the neutral objective, which is that turtle.
Oh my goodness. Right now, Team Hawk, they're just slowing down the game by, again, just harassing, consistently poking at the opponent. They don't really necessarily need this turtle, but denying it from RrQ is even more important.
Oh, they're just going to focus on King here. Look at the damage already. The retribution came out, too. So Gary just going to go ahead and grab that turtle away. And just like that, Team Hawk furthering this objective lead now. Focusing also in the mid lane, might be looking to get the tier 2. Can RrQ hold on to it? So far, they do.
Oh, this is an exciting match, and honestly, with Team Hawk, the way that they're playing, again, a series of unfortunate events for RrQ. While they were actually looking for that engage in the previous fight, Team Hawk were actually opting to go for a lane swap. So they caught Lola midway into the river, while you see someone like Brody Panda just taking out the first turn, coming down to join the fight, and cleaning up what he can.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, it's just
that sucks.
Like, what can you do?
Plain
like,
and simple.
You look at the VOD, imagine like Brawl sitting there, it's like, well, I mean, that's just awkward timing, right? What can you really say?
Oh, I mean, on top of that, Gary now already has a Malefic Roar, so that is more so going to be shredding into the members of Rrq Akira here.
Takashi. Still, though, they're actually able to fight off a little bit here. Man on the run. Not going to find anything just yet, though, but, you know, there's focus on the right places here for Team Hawk. It's Rrq Akira responding to the tempo being set, and a lot of that has to do with Man even on this hill, though, like we were mentioning. Let's see if they can play around this. Gary waiting patiently in this death bush, possibly. They know he's there. No one going to commit just yet. Poking back and forth here as everybody goes back. Lola, though, has to split out of there.
All right. We need to talk about the compositions right now. So, because as good as Team Hawk looks right now, in the later stages of the game, they're going to get outscaled by RrQ, Brazil, and oh, they're not going to dive this, are they?
Man has to be careful here. Still has a flicker, though. Gary gonna get out of there. Luis, though, finding a target. It's Min that falls. Panda, though, punishing Takashi. Naka, they still hold on to the tier 1 turret.
Man, 1-for-1 trade for the moment, but in the grand scheme of things, Team Hawk, they are still holding on to the lead. Man, the min-man synergy, the combo that they can actually go for is insane. And you can see that Rrq Akira, they respect it a lot, right? They try and bait that out. They try to bait the ultimate coming in from Man out before they try to engage onto anything. But here is the next Lord. We see that Gusa Lagusa, he doesn't have his ultimate just yet, so that's actually going to be something that Team Hawk can use to their advantage.
Absolutely. If Team Hawk get this first Lord, they should be able to get at least a couple of the outer turrets to secure a 5k goal lead. And that's important because, again, Team Hawk are playing for a very early game composition.
There you go!
Okay, and Min's not even there, right? He was going to go top side. Now he made his way back down here. Lord reset. They're just trying to get out any ultimates, like going back to the keys of victory here. Whichever team is able to bait out those ultimates, they get that upper hand. Look at the positioning for King and Saigon. They're still working around. The Lord still being focused, bobbed and weave between both teams, though. They could get sandwiched in here. Panda, though, going to find Takashi. That's Gary that grabs the kill. Another flicker going to commit. Man is the one to fall. King on the retreat here. Still, again, a 1-to-1 trade. Lord still for the taking.
Honestly, RrQ is just doing a phenomenal job here at slowing down Team Hawk. They just need time, and if they have to trade 1-for-1 while Team Hawk is ahead, it's such a big win for them.
Look at that. Min forcing back King. Luis, though, another initiation with the Way of the Dragon, but he gets punished by Gary. Lord's still going to be worked on. Lola flickering out. King has to back off. He's too low. Min, though, Saigon able to grab a kill. Min to fall. Lord still up, working by Gary. And now RrQ getting in position. Lord's going to go ahead and reset. Gusa Lagusa trying to focus on this tier 1. Can he grab the turret? Man taking the damage. But he finally clears the minions, and we're back to square one.
I mean, after all of that, nobody has gotten their hands on the Lord, and they're doing this really nicely. Team Hawk, they need to I like the dancing, guys.
That's right.
I like the dancing. Oh my god, what?
He just
Panda
did
take
it!
it out.
Panda didn't like it because they initiated the mid lane. Gary's gonna be in trouble. And also on the top side, it's Man That Falls. Rrq Akira. Hear him loud because they take him down. And now the focus in the mid lane. Tier 1's gonna fall, and now the Lord for the taking.
Now that's what I wanted to mention before everyone started dancing here on the caster desk, is the fact that Team Hawk, they need to respect the damage output coming in from Mobilelegends because he has already reached that item power spike. The golden staff is already there, already dealing a lot of damage, and when they clump up 5v5, they might have a better odd at struggling. And now you can see that they've already acquired the Lord, and Rrq Brazil instantly going to be able to take away that early lead that Team Hawk initially had for themselves.
Yeah, we're going to see the replay in a little bit, but you're going to, after this, Rrq Akira are going to start snowballing out of control. The scaling is really starting to make a difference here, and with a lot of the engagements happening in towards this mid-game to stall it out until that item power spike, it's putting a huge, huge stall on Team Hawk's plans. They need to end this as quick as possible because at the end of the day, Panda, he has to only farm, and when even at max items, he doesn't scale as hard as Gusta Lagusta.
Oh, they're going to be looking to take out Min here as he's going to be the focus. Takashi going to miss that ult. A little bit short here, but still Min on the run. Can't get away, though, from Saigon as he cleans up the kill. Focus on the tier 2 on the top side. And Rrq just in a comfortable lead right now.
I mean, did you see the items coming in from Sagan there, Gideon? Okay, he had the Holy Crystal before, and now he has the Divine Glaive to top it all off.
Yeah, Sagan's right now, he's kind of popping off, and now Rrq Akira is going to start dominating the rest of this match. Team Hawk, I mean, they need to make some kind of glory play here to really top the scales against Rrq.
They need to find a way to take down Gusta Lagusta without a quote-unquote reliable source of CC, right? Because Man didn't opt for the Petrify. He went in for the Flicker instead, so it's going to be a little that much more difficult to pick these really core heroes off.
And he doesn't, I mean, even looking at the items, he doesn't really have that burst potential just yet. I mean, he could probably get someone half health low, but King going to be the focus here. Getting caught in a lot of CC as Gary's able to get the kill. But still, can they play around with that? Team Hawk might be looking for something. The flicker is going to come out. Lola, though, looking to get a pull, but can't get it. Takes quite a bit of damage. Luis is there. Saigon's going to flicker in to grab the kill, but into the penalty zone they go. Takashi unleashing.
Oh my God.
We grab another one after another falls. It's a wipeout.
A triple kill for Gusta Lagusta as he was able to just dish out so much damage with that ultimate. I mean, he was basically like free hitting from the backside, and that's it. Wiped out. Is this the final moment for Team Hack?
I mean, they're cutting it down one by one, and I think this might just be it here. They have more than enough damage, and unfortunate to say, I told you so.
No!
That Rrq's lane game, that's what we were looking for.
Oh, so unfortunate. It only took one moment, one wipe out for the early lead that Team Hawk had set for themselves to be instantly taken back from them. Well done to Rrq Akira.
You know what's crazy? Like, how many times did Takashi, like, mess up the ult? And even, I don't know if you guys caught that, but even in the early game, right, the mishap. But the one that mattered to really turn that team fight around even to clean it up was that final moment where he landed, I believe it hit 2 or 3 members.